I'm Jennings, from Marriott.
You're an employee of the Marriott Corporation? Is that what that means?
That's what I said.
I'm sorry. Because you usually call me directly through the office, I didn't expect you to text me on my personal phone.
I'm more of a text guy than a call guy.
I see.
I'll keep in touch with you by texting. So don't forget to register my contact.
Understood.
The delivery date for product A that I asked you for the other day. When will it be ready?
Well, sorry. The factory manager's not here right now. I'll check as soon as he gets back and get back to you.
Isn't it always like that for you? Only the factory manager knows the delivery date?
I'm sorry. Many of the jobs at your place are in large quantities. The factory manager's the only one who keeps track of the delivery dates.
What a useless person. That's why I hate being in charge of your downtown factory. When he gets back, tell him what I asked, and call me.
Okay, sir. I'm sure the factory manager will be back soon. Would you please keep the phone hung up while waiting?
It's not like we're talking on the phone now. Isn't it weird for you to say, please hang up and wait?
Oh, I guess so. Excuse me.
I guess it's fine. I'll chat with you while I wait. What's your first name, Miss Parks?
I'm Ruby.
That's a pretty name. How old are you? Around 30?
A little older, but...
Oh, I see. You look younger than before.
Thank you.
What is it?
By you look younger than before, do you mean you've seen me somewhere? Is that what you mean?
I've never seen you before. Just in a profile picture. That picture is yourself, right?
Yes, it is. Oh, my profile picture. That makes sense.
You seem like you forgot.
I'm sorry. I'll leave you for now. I'll call you as soon as the factory manager gets back.
Why don't we keep chatting?
I've got some urgent business to attend to. Can you please give me a break from the texting?
Huh? You're just working in a small factory. And you think you can talk back to me like that?
Since we're a small factory, there's not many people working here. So we're busy in our own way. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah? So, the factory manager's not there yet?
Not yet.
Then stop waiting until he gets back. Can you just get in touch with him?
The factory manager doesn't answer his phone when he's out. He doesn't text either.
What kind of person can't text nowadays? You're saying old people can't handle an advanced phone?
I guess they don't feel the need for them.
Well, I guess it can't be helped if he's an old man.
I think he's back. Please wait a moment.
How long is a moment? Hey, Ruby!
Sorry to keep you waiting. The delivery will be next Wednesday.
Wednesday? That's too late. Can you tell them to deliver on Tuesday?
Tuesday? There's quite a lot, so even Wednesday is the fastest we can do.
The prime contractor says Tuesday. Run the factory all night. Get it to them in time for Tuesday.
The factory manager says he'll try to make every effort.
What do you mean, try? You're supposed to be honest about that.
Honest means just as it is, doesn't it? The factory manager is being honest and upright about the delivery date.
That's not what I mean. I mean that you should say, I'll deliver the product by Tuesday.
If I say that, we'll both be troubled if it's not delivered on Tuesday.
It's your job to make it on time. There are plenty of downtown factories like yours. I'll cut you off if you get me angry.
Please don't do that. If you cut us off from your place, the factory will go out of business.
Right? Then do as I say and deliver on time. The other jobs you guys have aren't that big, right? Prioritize our company.
I'll let them know.
Alright then. So, are you free this weekend?
This weekend?
Let's go out for a drink or something.
Sorry, I have plans this weekend.
You're turning down the prime contractor's invitation.
I have plans that I really can't miss. I'm sorry.
Well, that's okay. I'll ask you again. But you understand what'll happen if you refuse next time, right?
What happens if I say no? I like to keep my personal and professional lives separate. I don't want to spend time on work-related matters during personal hours if possible.
What are you talking about? Entertaining clients is an important part of your job, isn't it?
But it's not like I get paid overtime.
Does that matter? A downtown factory that refuses to entertain us. You know, they can cut you off with just one report from me.
Does that mean that if I refuse your request, you'll shut us down?
That's right. We won't send any more work to you. Do you understand?
Yes.
Then that's great.
Yes, sir.
Ruby, are you okay with the delivery date?
Could you stop calling me by my name? This isn't a private matter conversation.
It's fine. I texted you because of a private matter, okay?
It's a message about the delivery date, right?
It's a conversation starter. I don't care about deadlines. I want to ask you out on a date.
What?
You said that the next time I ask you out, you wouldn't say no, right? If this weekend doesn't work out, how about next Wednesday night?
A weekday?
On Wednesday, I finish work early. I don't have to work late.
I see.
Oh, you don't have a system like this in your downtown factory?
No, they don't.
It's a small factory with a lot of free time anyway. You can go home on time, right?
Maybe.
What do you mean, maybe? If you have to work late, you can use my name. Then you can go home. Tell them you can't refuse an offer from the major contractor.
Okay.
Then be free Wednesday night. Well, how about we meet at the West Exit Station at 6 o'clock?
I guess I can't say no to that, right?
That's what I said before.
What happens if I say no?
Are you asking me that again? How many times do I have to explain it to you? I told you, I'll find a reason to cut your factory off, didn't I?
What reasons? What do you mean?
For example, the company itself is in danger. Or they're losing money and on the verge of bankruptcy. And that's why they can't meet deadlines.
That's bullshit.
It doesn't matter what the reason is. That's why you can't say no.
I see. Well then, may I specify the location?
A store?
No, a meeting place. Orlando Hotel. Do you know the location?
Yeah, it's a big hotel that was recently built.
How about 6:30 in the lobby there?
You mean we're going to have a drink at that hotel?
Yes. There's an upscale Japanese restaurant in the basement. There's also a Chinese restaurant and a steakhouse. There's also a restaurant that serves Vietnamese and Taiwanese food.
I see. That's nice. But isn't it expensive?
I hear it's relatively reasonable.
Well, if we split the bill, it's fine. Okay, I'll do as you say.
Thank you very much.
By the way, when you say hotel, do you mean dress nicely?
Well, if you're too rough, you'll stand out.
What kind of clothes do you wear, Ruby? I think I'd prefer a fancy dress. You seem like you'd look good in a dress.
I'll be on my way home from work. I can't get too dressed up, but I'll wear something that I won't be embarrassed in.
I see. I guess you'll be coming right after work. I'll ask you out on your next day off too. I'd like to see you in your casual clothes.
Okay.
I'll see you on Wednesday in the hotel. I'm looking forward to it.
Good morning, Mr. Jennings. I'll be there at 10:30 for today's delivery. This is a message from the factory manager.
Oh, you made it in time?
I worked on Sunday to keep the factory running.
I see, that's great. Thanks for your hard work. But you know what? I don't need it anymore.
What? What do you mean?
So, cancel product A.
What?
That is what it is.
Wait a minute. This is a $500,000 deal. You don't want it anymore, so you cancel it? Isn't that terrible?
You're just an employee from a small factory. Don't talk back to me. I'm saying I don't need it anymore. You want me to buy something I don't want? It's just trash.
Trash? What a terrible thing to say. We worked all day and night to get it done in time.
It's just a lack of skill at a small-town factory that can't make it on time. A big factory can deliver parts like this in no time.
Does that mean that you ordered it from a major factory?
Well, that's what it means.
Oh my goodness.
It's normal that we give priority to the one with the fastest delivery time and skill. If you're so frustrated, you should polish your skills like the big factory. Well, I guess that's impossible for such a small factory.
I'll be reporting this to the CEO.
The CEO? I don't really care about your CEO.
No, I'm reporting to your CEO.
Yeah, whatever you want. Tell him I took the one with the lowest unit price and the fastest delivery times. He won't say anything. That's the way it is.
I see.
Well, tell your factory manager that I said hi. Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow night.
You canceled a $500,000 deal. How dare you still try to meet with me?
That's another thing, right? You said you keep your work and private life separate.
I did say that, but...
Don't tell me you can't see me. When we meet tomorrow, we won't be a prime contractor and subcontractor. It'll be a regular man and woman, right?
Well, I won't say no, but...
I'm glad. I'll see you tomorrow. What the hell is going on?
What do you mean?
I went to the meeting place. Why was my CEO there?
Ah, so that's why you canceled. We've been waiting for you for a while. If you aren't going to show up, you have to call me. That's common sense, right?
It's common sense to cancel. I went all the way to the meeting place. I left as soon as I saw you and the CEO.
I don't think there's any need for you to leave.
Tell me why you are with the CEO.
I actually had an appointment with my father for Wednesday night. I just invited you to the same place.
Father? What do you mean? You're talking as if the CEO is your father.
That's right. He's the head of your company. I'm in the cab on my way home, so can you stop texting me? I get motion sickness.
Missed call. Pick up the phone for a minute.
Missed call.
You won't get sick if you're talking on the phone.
I don't get sick when I talk on the phone. But my father will be able to hear you making excuses.
We can talk quietly. Why don't you turn off the speaker so that the CEO can't hear us?
I don't want to go that far for you. Bye.
Missed call. Pick up the phone.
Missed call.
Missed call.
What the hell? I haven't had anything to say to you since last night.
Finally, you pick up. Missed call.
That's why I won't answer your calls. I'm at work right now. That's enough.
Then why didn't you reply to my texts? You haven't read it since last night.
My phone rang so much, I had to turn it off. So, what is it?
Are you really the CEO's daughter?
Why would I lie about that? The father is the CEO of your Marriott Corporation, as I told you yesterday. My mother is the managing director, by the way.
Then why are you working in a downtown factory?
The factory manager is my father's brother. He's also working as the CEO of the company.
What? The factory manager is the CEO's brother?
I'm supposed to take over the Marriott eventually. Until then, my father ordered me to train at the factory. That's why I've been transferred to this factory.
So that's what this is about.
That's why even a small factory like this has a big company like yours as a client.
Why didn't you say something like that at first?
If the CEO's daughter gets found out, it'll cause all kinds of trouble. Well, it seems there are a few people who know about it. But you didn't know about it, Mr. Jennings?
Of course not.
Well, if you knew, you wouldn't have canceled the $500,000 order?
Of course not.
Even if you didn't know, you canceled it on your own. I've already told my father and the factory manager.
About the product that I canceled? Can you deliver it today?
What?
So, it's a cancellation of a cancellation.
What are you talking about? You don't have that kind of authority, do you? I mean, I've already delivered it.
Huh? Where?
To Marriott. But you weren't in charge anymore.
It wasn't me?
I told you, you don't have the authority. Besides, you've been doing whatever you wanted to other factories in the same way, haven't you? There are even rumors that you got money for it.
That's a rumor, right?
It was a rumor, but I guess they found out?
Huh?
Well, you're texting from home right now, right?
It's before work.
You say it's before work, but it's already after 10. You were told to stay home as an order, so you're at home, right?
What? You know about that?
Of course I do. In Marriott, house arrest means being fired for the company, right?
That's a rumor too, right?
It's not a rumor. No one's ever been that bad before. Well, there's always a legend like you. It's true.
So am I fired?
What makes you think you're not fired?
It's that...
Canceling a business deal without permission. Receiving slush funds from a business partner. You're getting friendly with the CEO's daughter. On top of that, you make it impossible to say no and ask her out on a date. These are all reasons to get fired, but...
Please don't fire me.
I don't know. It's my father's decision.
Then tell him. As the daughter of the CEO, you can do it, right?
It's none of my business, Mr. Jennings.
I just bought an apartment.
Did you buy it with the money you got from a client?
No, I didn't. It was a loan. That's why I can't get fired.
Oh no, that's tough.
You think so, don't you? Tell your father. I don't want him to fire me.
You're kidding.
I'm not kidding. I'll pay you back the money I got from my clients. So just don't fire me.
You'll pay us back? It's not that small of a sum, is it?
I'll pay you back in installments.
My father found out and returned the entire amount to each of them. You've damaged the Marriott's name. And you still think you can work as before?
I'm an excellent salesman.
I admire how you can say that, even after all the mess you created.
If you fire me, it'll be a huge loss for the company.
Where do you get your confidence from? It would be a huge loss for the company if you continued to work.
I really cannot get fired.
I understand your concern. I think you have a fiancé in the same sales team.
What?
How could I not know anything about that? I mean, you have a fiancé, and you're asking me out on a date, just because I was a former contractor. You were really taking advantage of me, just because I was the main contractor.
No one needs to find out about things like that. It was just a meal.
You say it's just a meal. Some people would call that cheating. A dinner, for only the two of us, is cheating.
She doesn't have such a small heart.
I wonder... You even requested my dress, didn't you? That's disgusting. Well, you'll probably end up breaking up with her when you get fired from the company.
We even got an apartment to get married. She wouldn't be asking me to break off the engagement now.
I hope she's someone who has the presence of mind to marry someone who's going to be unemployed.
Anyway, just don't fire me, please.
Just give it up already. I'm sure you'll hear from the company sooner or later. Well, take care.
Wait a minute, hey! Ruby!
Don't call me by my name. It makes me feel uncomfortable.
I understand. Miss Parks, please help me.
Jennings left the company as a voluntary resignation, but in fact, he was fired. The money he had been receiving from his clients, especially from the factory, totaled as much as $20,000. My father was furious, and my mother fired him immediately. Of course, his fiancée, who was also in the company, broke up with him. She also resigned from the company. Perhaps it became awkward for her to stay here. The apartment Jennings bought was put out on the market. I guess the loan will remain. I'm still working with my uncle at the downtown factory. Recently, we have been busy with more and more business with major companies other than the Marriott. There is a plan of enlarging the factory, and my uncle says we have to live longer for the success.